Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here. Hello! Finds us over here at the entrance to Koh Ker, or however you say it. I pronounce it Koh Ker because it's spelled with a K. Anyway, we're gonna go and we're gonna drive the motorcycle and we're gonna do a loop. Now people come over here and they want to go to Prasat Thom. That's the huge pyramid and that's the new UNESCO World Heritage Site. But there's the whole area is littered with old Khmer temples. So we're gonna do the loop and we're gonna check out some of the temples along the way, and then you can kind of get a feel of what this looks like. So let's go see it. When you come up right here, this is the ticket booth, and it's $15. It's free for the locals, and we're going to jump on the motorcycle right here, and we're going to go explore this. Now, there are some farms and stuff here, so you will see like local traffic, you'll see livestock, you'll see all this stuff. You'll see things like this right here. This is what they, that's their tractor, and it's also their delivery truck and everything else. So let's go in here and let's see everything. Now the first little bit here will be paved. And then it'll get to be dirt road up ahead here. This is where all the farms are and stuff like that. So we're quite a ways in. It's like 10 kilometers or so. And it will be just stuff like this right here, all the trees. Got the little boy driving. He's teaching them how. Next generation of farmer. Okay, so there's a reason why there's a lot of red dirt here on the road, is because the pavement ends. And you'll come back by this one here. This is the first little temple. We won't stop there. We might try to stop on the way back. So the road gets pretty rutted. It's got some potholes. They'll probably come over here and pave this in the future, now that they're getting a little bit more money with it being a World Heritage Site. So speed is now about 30 kilometers an hour here on this road. It's not bad. In a rainstorm, this would be a little bit greasy on the roads on a motorcycle. This is the first stop, Prasat Thom, or however you say it. So you can see here, this is just a small little temple, has the outer wall, but it has a fantastic little prong right here. And you can see there's a guy over there laying on top of the wall. You can see how the trees have grown up amongst all this, and there's a dog. Let's look inside here and then we'll go to the next temple. So you can see the sandstone base and all the carvings here in the stones. Yeah, the Khmer didn't mess about with stonework. And then there would have been a, looks like a Shiva Linga inside. The stairs are kind of a funky little stairs. And this is what it looks like inside. So it looks like the Linga stone is broken. And it's dark in there. And it's really musty. There's a lot of moisture, and I can see termites have been inside there. There's a little termite mound. And then you can see the stonework here. That sandstone they've carved with the laterite stones that are carved. You can see that right over the top there. It's cracked in half. All the little figures and stuff. Okay, let's go to the next one. There's quite a few to see. And you just follow the road around. It's just this whole loop. Lots of trees, lots of grass. More little temples and stuff all through the trees here. Some of them are in terrible shape, some of them have been restored somewhat. And when we come out, we'll come out from that road right there. Now when you're out here, you don't want to get out into the trees, as you can see right there. So this was a minefield at one time, and it's been cleared. There's signs all through here. So there's been a lot of people, the Cambodians that are farmers, that have lost limbs out here to all the landmines that were left over from Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge. This is another little temple here. Prasat Thom. And you can see this one here is just a tiny little temple. There's not a whole lot to see with this one. It was made out of brick, and the bricks just are not very durable. They're fast and easy for them to use, but they don't last as long as the big brick. Now let's go to the next one. That one was kind of small. I think we can just see this one here from the motorcycle. Prasat Kanar and Trapping Ong Tular. Not a whole lot to see. Have a little data plate over there. One of the workers sleeping. Looks like here we got two. Prasat Thom and Prasat Damri. We can see it again. So over there to the right's the second temple. This is a recreation of it here. So this one is a tiny little one, but the other one over there looks quite interesting. So you can see what's left here. The locals have made a little shrine up there, left some water. And you can see the sandstone stairs are covered up in the dirt. Let's go look at that second one over here. This one here seems to be a little bit more substantial. It has a perimeter wall that's kind of collapsing down. You can see those little stones that they put on top of those. And then we had a building here that was made out of brick. That's basically just rubble over there also. But Prang is okay. Looks like they've tried to restore it a little bit, or to keep it from collapsing down. It's kind of cool. It has the lions, and then it has an elephant over there, and another elephant that they've put back together that used to be on that corner. And you can see that's the feet of one of the lions that was right up there. And some more. And then this is just all, it's really starting to deteriorate. It's really humid, and that's got to be terrible on the lifetime of these bricks. This elephant though is in nice shape. It's sandstone, still has the tusk all the way down, or the trunk all the way down, and the tusks and the ears. So let's climb up in here. So this is facing to the east, same as most of them. And then you can see the lintel up there has the Erawan. And I'm not sure if that was Vishnu or Shiva who was on top of the Erawan. And this is what it looks like inside. So they would have had the little deity right there in the middle. You can see how those walls are cracking. Yeah, this probably will be gone someday. That one was pretty interesting. So let's go to our next one here. Lots and lots of trees. And we're coming up on another one here. So here we are, Prasat Thom. Looks like another one which was in fairly big. Now it's in pretty poor repair. Let's go in here. Let's go see the main Prasat. So this would have been the entrance, the Garupa, and it would have came in, would have had the stairs, and then you would have had the wall, and that would have led into the temple ground. And this is the inner wall. And there would have been some other little buildings. You can see over here, this would have been a little chetty or prasat, and it was out of brick. So the brick is completely disintegrating. And the sandstone is still here, but it's all collapsed down. And then it has three little prongs right here. This is like Prasat Samyot in Lopburi, Thailand. Kind of similar in design. And it's kind of interesting the way the front of it is just completely sloughed off. You can see what's left of like the lion statues, part of the body right there. The lintels are completely gone, just those laterite stones. And it's cracked. And these trees have just overtaken it. There's another part of the lion. And you can see how the bricks just turn into dust. There's not much left of them. That's off to our next one. There's another one, Prasat Siem Reap. Looks like it's just a brick one. We'll not stop there. Let's go. Let's keep going. We've seen the brick Prang already, so nothing new. Looks like we got another one here. This one here looks pretty good size. Yeah, we'll stop at this one here. Here we are at Prasat Thom. Now at every single one of these you'll have a like security here at the gate. They don't check your ticket here, they do over at the big temple that everybody wants to go to, Prasat Thom. So in the old days, this would have been the stairwell leading you right into the temple. You would have came in here, this would have been the temple wall. And then it would have had an inner wall also right here. You can see the Garupa is somewhat standing. It has a lot of trees that have overtaken this little courtyard. So they propped this rock up right there. Kind of strange to do that. And then they're doing some ongoing conservation of this. Let's go through here. Now it has this sign that said that they started doing conservation here in 2012. Oh, look at that lintel. Oh, that is really beautiful. So the red bricks here are in much better shape than what we've seen at a couple of those. But you can see the lintel. All those carvings. And then the colonnades are okay shape. And there's just some brick in there. And it's just rubble strung about in this whole courtyard. And what they've said on the sign is the wooden supports that you see around the top there are in urgent need of repair to keep this prong from collapsing. So there would have been probably the 4 prongs on the cardinal directions here. Then it had a little building right here. You can see the lintel in the doorway, and it's under the grade right now. And there would have been, you see the ruins of one back there. And then this would have been the main hall. And the whole front of it is down here on the ground that you see. And then they had like oh, that's got some carvings all around it. That's cool. So they would have had like that Shiva Linga thing here, and it would have had the carvings all around it. It's quite massive. The scaffolding is all the way up there, and they put a cover on it to keep the water out. And you can just see the condition of this temple. Oh, this would have been magnificent when it was new. That one was a nice one. Let's go down to the next temple. Kind of a nice little drive out here anyway. This one here might be in the worst shape of any we've seen. Prasat Linga. Yeah, it's just a little bit of debris, and you can see the little stone of Shiva right there. Yeah, that's not even worth getting off and looking at. It's a shame. I mean, those are amazing little parts of history, but compared to everything else you see, it's just like, okay, I'll skip it. We have another little temple here. Looks like it's just down to the base also. And they've supported it a little bit. This is Prasat Bing. And you can pretty much see the whole thing here from the road. No real surprises there. The lady that works here, she's up in there. Let's go off to the next one. Looks like we have another temple here. Looks like they're doing a little bit of restoration with it. Alright, so let's see what this one is. This is Prasat Thom. Oh, look at that. Alright, so we'll take a look at this. So this one talks, there's 5 towers here, and it had some really nice carvings with some important artifacts. This one is closed off right now for restoration, but we can see. So there's quite a bit of this one that's still standing. But take a look at that lintel and the stone carvings right on the front. The camera is probably not going to do it justice, but it's really, really, really nice. Yeah, this temple here looks really cool. Too bad it's closed off. All right, let's get back on the bike and let's go see the next one. Check out this branch going across the road here. Looks like we got a couple more here. So this is a small little temple. This is Prasat Thom. There's not a whole lot to see here. And then we have another temple. This one here just looks like part of the Prang is left in one little building. Prasat Thom. So we actually, they used to have the road going down through the middle, but they've rerouted it around now. You can see what's left of it here. And then just out here is all jungle. Yeah, there's no wall or anything that's left of this one. Alright. And then we have another little site here. Prasat Thom. And it looks like it's completely down to the base. They have a little awning to cover it up, and it's closed off for renovation. See, there's all kinds of temples right here at this part. So this is Prasat Thom. Oh, and it has a humongous Shiva in there. You see that inside there? And then over here is the worker. Looks like she has her daughter hanging out here in the hammock all day. And like I said, every single one of these temples has somebody working here. And then we have another small little temple. Prasat Thom. And there's not a whole lot to see of it, just there's no lintels or anything. And you see they've cut that wood to keep the top part from collapsing down. You can see the trees growing out of the side of it. Alright, so let's go down the road some more here. Yeah, this was in the middle of the city. There was 10,000 people or so that lived here is what they estimate. So the houses would have been all scattered here. So this would have all been houses throughout where these trees are now. There would have been rice fields, everything else, stores. And the houses were made out of wood, while the religious buildings were made out of stone. So that's all that's left is all the temples that you see. And you can see here, here's another one of those that they cleared the minefield. And then we're by the main part here. They actually do have a bathroom and they have some little vendors. If you have the ticket to the park, it's free, or else you have to pay 2,000 of the Cambodian rial. And then this is where everybody wants to come. Over here is the Prasat Thom. There's two parts of it. And then over here, this is the Prasat Thom. So I'll include footage of this right here. This is the main part. They do have the ticket counter, and then they have snacks and souvenirs and stuff like that. I've made a video. I'll link the video of this to as a pinned comment. See, that's just a sprawled out area here. It is the main part of the whole park. This is the palace ruin and Angkor Prang. So they had some water storage here, it looks like. And then if this was the palace, there's not a whole lot remaining of it. And what you can see here is all of these, like, they did a tremendous amount of work. So they would have dug this, and then they would have cored these stones, and then they lined all their water storage with these stones. And it's kind of cool looking, that tree that's overtaken it over there. So this is all that's left of the royal palace. A few of these laterite stones that are just here in the middle of the road, and a few of them over there, and then just a few scattered out that you can see. I'm sure there's a lot more undergrade, but they haven't done any restoration at all here. All right, let's go on down the road some more. Some more landmines they've cleared. And you see those signs about every 200 meters or so? You see this lady pushing her cows, got her daughter out here helping. Lots of grass for them cows to eat. So it's right here in the middle of this UNESCO World Heritage Site, and they're still doing this. Reminds me of when I was in Bagan, you saw the exact same thing, pushing cows out through all those temples. Okay, so here we are in another one, Prasat Thom. See what it looks like. It looks like it's pretty small, kind of an old brick chetty, and then there's a little bit of a Prasat in the back. It didn't look like interesting enough to really get off and go see some rocks on the ground. Let's go down and we'll see the next one down the road here. And this is the way whenever it came. So we did like the road shaped kind of like a P. So we went that way. And we're back on the road going towards the entrance of the park. So here we are, another small one, Prasat back. And there's just a little bit of rubble in there. There's nothing much to see. Let's go down the road a little bit more here. You see the road is kind of eroding away. There's a little canal right there. And on the other side also. Must be where they get their water to irrigate their fields here. So we're coming back up on the main road. And we have one more little road, one more temple here, Prasat Thom. Go take a look at it. Yeah, so whenever you come up here, they just have these little parking lots. So you can see the motorcycle, and there's the worker. And it's just dirt, so if it's muddy in the rain, you're gonna have a tough time getting around here. So holy cow, take a look at that tree. That is just amazing. And you can see the other little prongs have trees growing on them, but nothing like that. Wow. And these are in really, really nice shape. The outer wall is kind of collapsing down, but that is a sight to see right there. So you can see this, how it's grown. And whenever I was coming up, I didn't even notice this back one over here. And it is the same way. Wow. So you can see these roots, and it's just intertwined into all of those bricks. Now, what's strange is they have these that are made out of brick. So you have the three prongs right here, and the first prong we looked at, but then you look over here, and this one here is made out of the laterite stones, and it has some roots coming out here also. Wow, this is fantastic. This is almost surreal seeing this. You can see the top is kind of collapsed off. Yeah, this is neat. And then inside here is where they've made a little shrine, so the locals will come over here and burn the incense. Oh, and they put a little spirit house inside there. You can smell the guano from the bats. And they've restored this entranceway just a little bit. But look at this right over here. That is so cool. And you can see how the roots are just growing right here. So you just climb on the roots to go over here to the entrance of this. And then you can see the termite mound right here. And then it had the same little deity inside. Oh yeah, that's neat. And it just finds a purchase wherever. So if you notice right here, these two, the entrance is facing the west, and these three are facing the east. Now that has meaning to them. I think like Shiva faced to the east, and I can't remember which deity is supposed to be facing to the west. So there must have been two different parts of this temple. You can see the entrance to this one here also. And then the tree roots growing all around. Yeah, the lintel is completely gone. But it still has all those notches and stuff up there. Yeah, this is really cool. And you can just see all of them here. And the bricks that have collapsed down. And you can see the base that these three were built on. So the three go across from north to south, and then their openings are facing the east, and then it has the faux doors on the back side here. Okay, so let's go back in, get on the motorcycle, and see what else we can see. This was unbelievable. Definitely the best thing I've seen in this park today, except for Prasat Thom. Yeah, that right there was a real treat. Very rarely am I surprised, and that one there surprised me. And it's right at the edge of the pavement, so if you come here, you see the pavement ending, you know that temple's right off to the left when you're coming into the park. You see the locals here, got some cassava. And that goes off into town over there. See some more of the farmers. They're getting ready to cook something. Doing a little business right there. And here we are back at the place we started at. That's going to finish up our video over here at this UNESCO Heritage Park. This Koh Ker, or however you say it. This is fantastic. I had a great time. It took me about 3 hours or so to drive that whole loop and stop at all the little temples and climb around. I didn't stop at all of them. There's a couple you could see, just they were just rubble. Nothing much to see, but the best one was definitely the one at the end. I was pleasantly surprised. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you smash like and subscribe if you're new here. This is what I do. I show you things I see and tell you a little bit about what I know. And today we came over here to Cambodia. So most of my videos are in Thailand because I live in Thailand, but I do like to go and see other places like this. Now I'm going to pin a comment to the main temple. That's what everybody wants to come over here, Prasat Thom. That's that 7-tiered temple tower that you see. It's massive. So anyway, that is the highlight, but you got to see all the rest of them today. So if you ever want to come here, you got an idea of what to see. If you have any questions, ask me a comment down below, or if you've been here, you can tell me what you think. And tell me what you think about that last temple with all the trees growing on it. I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. So anyway, from over here at Cambodia in Koh Ker, or whatever you say. I know I'm mispronouncing it. It looks like Koh Ker to me. But anyway, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.